push forward even when it's hard. That's all you can do. Hello guys, welcome back. It's been a while. I know it's been a while. I always say that. You guys are probably like, Olivia, I feel like I've watched this video from you a million times, and I apologize. But today I'm hoping we can sit down. I'm gonna get ready. We can chit chat. I have a bunch of like life updates and things I can share with you guys. So I will chat through and update you on where the heck we've been over the last couple months and what myself and our family has been up to. First, I'm going to pin back some of these hair pieces. I've been wearing my hair naturally a lot more lately, but today I was tight on time, so I tried diffusing it and it just blew up into like a lion's mane. So back you go. Before we get into it, I need to do like a base for my face. I have been breaking out like a teenager, which is always fun. And I think it's a combination of stress for sure, also travel. Soleil and I just got back from Cincinnati, Ohio for a little week girls trip. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you've already seen that. You've already seen the recap, the highlights of it. But I will talk a little bit about that trip today. But I do think the travel just like did a number on my skin. If you see these here too, I've got a little stack of books. I thought after I do my makeup a bit, we could chat books and my TBR, which actually maybe I'll do a whole separate video about that, because that could be really fun to do like a summer TBR video. Anyway, so next I'm gonna do a bit of my face. As you saw, I just used this Typology micellar water. This is one of my favorites. It's almost gone. I use it religiously over and over again. Another item of theirs that is one of my go-tos is their 9-ingredient face moisturizer. This part of the video is sponsored by Typology. I have new goodies of theirs to share with you guys and a discount code to get you a free item, so keep listening. All of Typology's products are so good. You guys hear me talk about them nonstop for good reason. They're all vegan, they're cruelty-free, they're formulated and manufactured in France, and so everything is very regulated, and over 80% of their ingredients are of natural origin. So they are super clean and very gentle on your skin. I also feel like they've really helped clear up my skin. Not only that, but they have a whole range of products that they continue to add to. So they've got skincare products, which you see me use. They also have tinted skincare products, which I use almost every single day as my makeup base. I've got one of the empty skin tint bottles here that like, these are my go-to for drop off, pick up, just like basic days of running errands, because they give you a look that you are put together. You've got coverage, but it's very natural. And especially the set I'm about to share with you is perfect for summer. So this set is all about tinted spring and summer glowing. I've got the 9-ingredient face moisturizer, which I use as my daily face moisturizer. But then in addition to that, we've got the glow drops, which you can use as an illuminator, like a highlight. Don't mind, I'm missing a nail on this finger, but you can use it as a highlight, or you can mix it into your moisturizer to give like an all over glowy look, which is what I'm going to do. Then we also have the bronzing drops, which same concept. And then the last product that comes in this combo set is the lip oil. I have so many shades of this lip oil. It has vitamin E in it. It's very smooth, it's very moisturizing, and they have multiple different shades. Or this is their sheer honey lip oil. That's what I'm using today. It just goes on so smooth and is great for feeling like you have a chapstick or gloss on. But oh, mine is broken. I think one of the girls smashed my bottle and broke it, so that's sad. And another thing I love about Typology's products is you can really use however much you want. You can do like a very subtle amount and have it look really, really natural, or you can layer and use them as more of like a full makeup look. So anyways, back to the moisturizer. This is the tube I had prior to getting a restock on my products. You can see I used it so much that it actually broke open, like it's cracked open. This is also probably like the 4th tube of this that I've gone through, so I'm very happy to have a brand new one. This is the texture of the moisturizer. It is super lightweight. So then with the moisturizer, I'm going to take just a little bit of the glow drops, and I'm gonna mix these in. That's gonna have a really natural and warm and glowy base. And then the glow drops, as well as the bronzing drops, they have vitamin C in them. So it's really good for your skin, and also is going to have like a lasting radiance effect. I really need as much glow as I can get right now, because like I said, My skin has taken a beating over the last month or so. I think I mixed a little bit too much up, but that's okay. Look! Oh, I feel like I am coming to life a little bit. Oh, got that in my hair. Then I feel like I honestly don't even need this step. I'm gonna do it just because we have appointments today. I'm going to use their tinted skin serum. They have a bunch of shades of this as well. And this is such a good everyday, like I recommend this to all of my girlfriends when they're looking for a tinted serum or any kind of tinted skincare, because like it's so lightweight, but it gives you coverage. And like I said, when I'm like running out the door for drop off or for doctor's appointments or beach days, sports days, this is my go-to. Going to cover up all those imperfections, but on the skin, it just feels like you have moisturizer on. Like it truly just feels like skincare. So I say it to everyone, but I feel like this is like the perfect mom makeup, or for anybody who's busy and just needs something really simple but wants to feel a little bit more put together. This is it. Another product of theirs that I use every single day, this one is not a part of the glowy routine, but it's just a product of theirs that I've fallen in love with, that I love. And it's their fortifying brow gel. This has a little bit of tint to it, and it also has peptides in it that are gentle on your skin, but I feel like it gives my brows just enough of like color and filling in that, again, I feel put together, but I don't have to do a whole like shebang pencil routine or anything. Like I just go over my brows once or twice with this stuff and like look at that difference. I'm kind of due for like a microblading touch up, and this is getting me by in the meantime. Thought I heard Soleil. Yep, that was Soleil waking up from her nap. She's woken up twice in the time that I've tried to film this, and I've been filming for like 6 minutes. But anyways, so where was I? Bronzing drops are next. So like I said, you can mix these with moisturizer, or I'm actually just going to put a little bit on my skin. This is what the texture of these looks like. These have vitamin E and apricot extract in them, and they give you a really nice like sun-kissed glow, give you that bronzy effect. I also really like that these are buildable. I was using these drops yesterday and just kind of like layered and then did a bit of a contour with it. But you can see it gives such a nice glow and like healthy bronze look all on its own too. I just want to look awake and put together and like I've gotten some sun. So I will have the link for this glow kit down in the description box, but the best part about Typology is that they always hook me up with such a good code and link. If you shop that link and you spend $40 or more, you will get a free product with your purchase. So the one that you're going to get with today's link is the purifying charcoal mask, which I also have and love. This one has a purifying green clay, so it's going to cleanse your skin and reduce imperfections. I really feel like their masks give just like such a good like once over to your skin, you know? So check out the link, stock up. I will probably be getting something for myself as well because I love that mask so much. Okay, so I've got a base, I've got the glowy look. I'm going to add a little bit more just because Soleil's feeding therapist is gonna be coming over in a little bit. I have to say, I really wanted to make this video like a day in the life to like catch up and show, you know, here's another Typology product I have used to shreds, and this is one of their concealers. But anyways, I want to make this video like a day in the life and blah blah blah. And what I have learned is that it is so hard to vlog with 4 little kids, especially with, you know, the older they get. I'm trying to be more mindful of like their privacy and their lives, and you know, things are changing and crazy, and I'm trying to find this balance between like sharing my life, but also sharing just my life and not, you know, making it about my kids so much publicly. But that's hard when you have 4 of them and you're a stay-at-home mom, and my kids are my whole life. So yeah, that's kind of the territory I've been working through recently. Let's see, a couple big updates for our family. So like I mentioned, Soleil and I just got back from Cincinnati, Ohio. I took her out there to visit Cincinnati Children's Hospital. We did a whole week of evaluations for her airway and for all the specialists that she sees out here in California. But especially the airway team, they're super, super like expert specialists out there. I've actually heard from a lot of you guys who have also seen the doctor that we went and saw, and I've heard amazing things. For her, the week, you know, it had its ups and downs. We got a lot of information. I will say the hospital in general feels so much more thorough and in-depth and really invested in her than has been our experience out in California. We've had a pretty rough go with her care since she was born. And that's one of the things that, you know, when I really have like videos in my mind of sharing our NICU experience and like my tips and tricks for navigating it and mentally and XYZ, but it's a little tricky because I just want to be mindful of how I'm articulating it, because not everything that we've experienced has been positive. And this last week in Cincinnati was such a breath of fresh air compared to that. Like, they were just so great with her, and she's a very complex case. She's very complicated, and that's another reason why, you know, I don't share a lot about specific diagnosis or history in general. One, because she doesn't have one diagnosis that kind of blankets everything, which I know everybody wants. I get asked all the time, like, what's her diagnosis? What's her diagnosis? She doesn't have just one. She has lots, and it's all very convoluted. It's hard for even us and her surgeons to understand. And so, you know, I kind of just keep it general. Her big thing right now is that her airway is closed completely. Her airway, and we have learned, like, her vocal box and her vocal area is like totally covered with issues, and that presents challenges. So she can't speak, she can't breathe on her own. She needs her trach right now, definitively. Like, it's a hard yes. And so we're working towards obviously getting that out and trying to get her a path where she doesn't need that, but it's going to take quite a bit of work to get her there. She's not a straightforward case. We learned in Cincinnati that, you know, we were hoping we'd take her and they'd be like, oh, you know, she's got a closed airway, we'll rebuild it and then she'll be able to breathe. And that's not the case. She actually needs quite a few things done in order to get there, which, you know, we'll get there. It's not a hard no, but it's just a longer road than we anticipated. So that was a little hard to hear. On top of that, we had an emergency situation with her 2 weeks before going out there, where she had been sick and she randomly got a plug in her trach. And as I mentioned, her trach is the only way she can breathe. So if it's plugged up, you can imagine the reaction she had. It was horrifying and super traumatizing for me and Jordan and for our whole family in general. So that's, you know, it's been a really weird and rough few weeks. But now that we are back from Ohio, we have a game plan for what the next few months and what the next couple years might look like. We're probably going to be taking Soleil back out there in a few months after we've tried a few things here to see if they'll help her. We'll probably take her back out to Cincinnati for another round of like scopes and testings, and basically exactly what we did this time. We'll do it again in a few months and check in and then kind of go from there. That's sort of like there's obviously a lot to it, but I just won't bore you with it all right now. But that's like, you know, this last time I went out there, just me and her, because the boys are still in school. We didn't want to pull the kids out of school. And we knew that this week was kind of a big shakeup for our family. And like we mentioned, we had just been through kind of this big traumatic thing also. So we decided to leave them here. And it was hard because, you know, we had to split up our family. And then I also had to get all of the news about her potential treatment. I had to get all the news alone and then like call Jordan and reiterate it to him. But the alternative was pulling our kids out of school for a week, having them just hang out in a hotel all day long while we did this stuff. And it's just hard. It's like, as a parent, you have to make these decisions, like what you think is best in the moment. And you don't always know if what you're doing is best, but you try and you keep trying to go through, you know, you push forward even when it's hard. That's all you can do. So that's where we're at right now. But the week overall was really great. We got like excellent care for her. Her and I had like amazing bonding time, like especially having a baby that was in the NICU for so long And then having twins, I feel like her and I have kind of missed out on some of that like mother-daughter immediate postpartum intimacy that I'm familiar with. And so that week was just so life-changing and amazing for me in that way. I felt like it was really healing, and it was so sweet. And she is such a silly, like, fun girl. She is killing it. She's doing amazing. It's just, we got to get her the safe, you know, breathing support that every other child out there has. You know, not every child, but you know what I'm saying? Like, your typical child, we want her to be able to have that same kind of airway safety. So that's that. On a positive note, something else that happened recently is that I ran my first marathon. I ran a full marathon. I did the half in February, which I think I talked to you guys about. I went to Texas to do a half marathon with my sister-in-law. And then since then, I just kind of continued training. And this month, a few weeks ago, I ran my first full marathon, and it was amazing. It also was like 4 days after this incident we had with Soleil. So I felt very motivated and very like, I actually talked to my therapist afterwards about how it was really therapeutic physically and like, you know, like psychologically, there's like science backed about how that kind of thing was helpful for me to recover. But it was just so cool. It was hard, but it was an amazing experience. I would definitely do it again. I'm actually training now, I've got some runner's knee going on after my marathon, but I'm now training for a half marathon this summer. Me and a couple girlfriends are gonna go up to Napa, Sonoma, and do the Napa to Sonoma wine country half marathon. So I'm super excited for that. And then I have a couple others lined up I'm thinking about. So running has just been like a newfound love of mine. It's been so therapeutic. It's been so helpful. It's changed my body physically, you know, I love it, and it's so hard and challenging and so good for me mentally and physically. So I'm really, really enjoying that. I share a lot of that over on Instagram, and I'm trying to get better about using TikTok. I share it over there as well, and we'll do like little vlogs or just updates. So if you ever want to see kind of my running journey more in detail, it's all over there. I use Instagram daily. It's just, I know I always say this when I check in over here on YouTube, but it's just so much easier to, you know, put together quick content or check in, especially with our family as things are constantly changing and evolving. Like, it's helpful to just have something that's a little bit, you know, more quick to use. But I do want to get better about using YouTube, especially now that Lola is in daycare full time, and, you know, we will hopefully crack down on some of these health things that are going on, and I'll be able to just like have a little bit more breathing room as the kids are getting older. But the last few months, I just feel like every time I think I'm gonna have breathing room, I don't get it. Like, the days are just so busy. I don't know how they fill up so insane. Speaking of insane, this hair is wild. But I am feeling more put together now with my face on. And I'm going to go get my nails fixed, hopefully either today or tomorrow, because they are looking a mess. But I loved the design I had going on before that. So last but not least, let's chat books, because reading has been something that has also really helped me again recently. I feel like I tend to fall back in love with reading whenever I'm going through a rough time, because it's just nice to escape a bit. And so currently right now I'm reading this, Catherine Center, The Love Haters. This is her new, hospital's calling me. Hello. Her writing is just very like lighthearted and good for like the beach read season. So one of her books is called, I think, The Beginner's Guide to Happiness or something like that. I read that when we were in the NICU, and then it ended up turned into a Netflix series. I loved that book so much, loved it. And so all of hers are like enjoyable for me. I am also currently reading Shield of Sparrows for my fantasy girlies. I'm listening to this on audiobook too, because that helps me kind of get through them a little bit quicker for the longer ones like this. But I have heard from so many people that they love this book, and I'm also enjoying it. I'm also loving like the spray painted edges moment that are happening. I feel like every book right now has these, and it's just a fun touch. So these are the two that I'm kind of always doing like a tandem read because I have a bit of ADD in that sense. But then this one just came out yesterday, I think. This is Annabelle Monaghan's It's a Love Story. I read her new release every summer. They're really quick, like feel-good stories, like beach reads, romance, that sort of thing. I love her writing as well. I don't have them here, but I also read Emily Henry and Abby Jimenez. I read both of those new releases this year as well. Love them both, although the Emily Henry one was a bit more my favorite this year. And then this is a book I finished recently too, called Wild Dark Shore. I've seen some people talk about this, but it's not one of those like trendy ones, I don't think, but this was so good. It's like got some romance elements to it, but not a lot. It's actually more of like a family, like nature focused drama. It's set on a remote island. It's based on, actually, I read the author's note in the back of the book. It's based on like some not true stories, but like true locations. So that was really fascinating for me. It's just super captivating. And as a parent, this will make you so emotional and just make you think about like the impact you're leaving on your kids, on the planet, on your relationships with people, and on yourself too. So definitely would recommend this one. It's a shorter one, but you know, really deep. And of course I have like so many more, but this is just what I could grab real quick before filming this video. So if you'd like me to do a whole like summer TBR / what I've read so far this year, that could be kind of fun as like a midway through the year check-in, and then talk about all the beach reads on my radar for the summer, because this is my favorite season to read for, I feel like. But I think that's going to wrap up today's little check-in. I need to go downstairs because Soleil's awake from her nap and Jordan needs to get back to work. I just wanted to check in kind of about like the top things that are on our radar right now. But again, keep in touch through Instagram. You can always find me there. And I will try to upload here more often as well. I think if I can do shorter videos like this, I'll be able to put them out a little bit more often too, because sometimes the editing is like what ends up bogging me down time-wise so much. Because it's not just sitting down and filming, it's like the post-production that I do all on my own too, usually at midnight after my kids have gone to sleep and I'm drinking coffee at 9 p.m. Anyways, I digress. So that's it for today's check-in. I hope you guys are all doing really, really well and keeping your sanity right now in whatever way that feels right for you. We are in our second to last week of school for us, and then it's summer break, and we've got lots of soccer planned. We're gonna be going to Ohio, to our hometown for a couple weeks next month, which I am so ready for. I'm like so homesick and ready to go back. And then in a few months after this, we'll check back in at Cincinnati too. So maybe that trip I'll be able to vlog, because this trip I tried to vlog. I actually brought my vlogging camera and I was having some technical difficulties and wasn't able to. So maybe the next visit I'll be able to like vlog a bit of behind the scenes. But you know, just in the meantime, keep us in your prayers and remember that there are always things going on behind the scenes that you don't realize with other people. So be kind, and just, that's all I can say. You know, just be nice to each other and to yourselves. So I love you guys. Thank you for letting me ramble. I know this was very unstructured and kind of chaotic like my hair today, but I will check back in very soon. See you next time. Bye.